welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I just finished watching episode 5 of Disney Plus's She-Hulk. And yeah, this show continues to just be a funny, lighthearted, episodic adventure. I'm enjoying myself. You know, like this show, it's not like super consequential, and it's just there to have a fun time. That's really all it is there for. And I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, this time, just like where we left off of, Titania has trademarked the name She-Hulk. Okay, and She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, is being sued by Titania. And of course they do like a fun intro where they show like the trailer of Titania's She-Hulk products, and you know, she's a influencer, so all of the products are like oils and weight loss stuff, and you know, all these like beauty products that you're not sure if they actually do anything at all, and they might literally just, you know, they say like, oh, she's literally selling snake oil, you know. And so yeah, basically that's the entire premise of this episode. They have to prove that She-Hulk has been using the name She-Hulk, and that she actually has been like claiming it over and over again. And that way they can kind of get the judge to, you know, just say like, oh, Titania has to stop selling it and get this lawsuit out of here. You know, I'm not sure how the laws actually work, but you know what I mean. Basically, just to beat the lawsuit, they have to prove that She-Hulk has been using it in a professional and personal capacity. That's pretty much it. And yeah, so this is actually kind of split into two little plot lines. The second plot line is Jennifer's friends. Her, I think it's Nikki, is her, what is it, paralegal? Is that what it is? And then their other, the dude who showed them the best bathrooms, that guy, I don't remember his name, but basically he comes up to Nikki and he's like, hey, can you do me a favor? I want to wait in line for these shoes. And he's like, he's one of those guys that collects shoes, right? There's a lot of those guys out there. They like, you know, they'll get the new Jordans, and they'll have one pair that they display, and then they'll have one pair that they actually wear. It's a whole culture on its own, the whole shoe thing. I don't really get that, but a lot of people are into the shoe thing. You know, like they collect shoes. That's what they do. Anyways, so they kind of make a deal. They're like, okay, I'll help you get the new Iron Man 3s, which we actually saw an advertisement for like a few episodes ago. We saw an ad for Iron Man 3s, the shoes. And basically they're just trying to help get Jennifer some new clothes that like she can wear for business, that will actually like, you know, expand to be She-Hulk, but then also like go down to fit normally as Jennifer, right? Because this entire time she's been wearing like these crazy oversized clothes for when she transforms into She-Hulk, you know. And they're trying to just make her, you know, because they talked about this actually a few episodes ago, how like, you know, like nothing fits her because, you know, obviously she's like, what, 7 feet tall, right? So obviously that would be a problem to find something that fits, or at least your options would be limited, right? And so yeah, basically what ends up happening throughout this episode is that the friends go and make an appointment with this guy. Well, first they do like this boba tea shop where it's like, oh, this is where the secret superhero clothing thing is, and they take up the guy takes them out back, and he's like, all right, you want some Avengers merch? And he has like Avengers with an O and then Avengers with an I. Yeah, so he's selling like this bootleg merchandise, but he does actually have the connection for the superhero costume guy, which it's interesting because I mean it makes sense in this world that like, yeah, of course someone would come along and start making not Avengers, but you know, superhero clothing. But you can't imagine that the actual Avengers have ever used this guy, right? Like Tony Stark probably made all of the actual Avengers like stuff, you know what I mean? So that is something interesting because they bring up the fact that like, oh, She-Hulk's an Avenger, or her cousin's an Avenger, she'll soon be an Avenger, you know. And that's kind of what gets her an in to get a suit from this person. But anyways, yeah, so basically what ends up happening is that they do manage to convince this guy to make a suit, and then at the very end of the episode, she's trying on, you know, her business suit, which is all she wanted, but he also gives her what will more than likely be a She-Hulk purple and white actual like combat suit. So that's going to be pretty cool. We're finally going to get that. But also, at the very end of the episode, there's like a stinger where... Not a stinger. It's still... Yeah, this episode didn't have a post-credits thing. So, at the very end of the episode, we see him, like, grab a box off the counter saying, like, hey, this isn't supposed to be just out in the open. You know, we have client confidentiality. And, of course, it is the yellow Daredevil helmet. So, basically, lining up that probably next episode is going to be our Daredevil episode. So... That's pretty exciting. That's a pretty good note to end on. You know, of course, everyone's gonna freak out when they see that helmet. Go like, "Ah, it's happening!" You know. And then as for like the actual court case, what they end up having to do, and this really sucks, is that basically all those people that she went on dates with, was it last episode or the episode before? I think it was last episode. All those people that she went on dates with, they're now essentially used as witnesses in this case to prove that she had been using She-Hulk in a personal capacity. She had been calling herself She-Hulk. They had clicked on dates because her account, her dating app said She-Hulk on it, you know. And so she basically has to like go through the whole line of guys that, you know, either she didn't want second dates with, or even that one guy who left in the morning because he's like, Jennifer's not my type, but She-Hulk is amazing, which, you know, again, that really sucks, you know. Even her lawyer, who, I don't remember her name either, but they introduced her a few episodes back, but, you know, her lawyer who actually works at the same place, you know, even she had, like, a comforting word with her saying, like, you know, look, you can do better than that guy, you know, and they kind of go into this whole thing of how, like, you know, men with an internet connection think they can do better than anyone, even if you have superpowers, kind of thing. Which, you know, I know that. Look, the guys that are angry at this show, they're already angry at this show. You know, like, so this isn't gonna do anything anymore. You know, like, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, so yeah, this was just a fun little episode. You know, there wasn't any big cameos this time. I think this is probably. Is this the first time there has not been a cameo in this show? It might be. I think this might be the first episode with no actual cameo. Because we don't have a Hulk, we don't have Wong, we don't have, oh man, what is her name? That with a Y, where you don't know where it is. You know. So yeah, but I still really enjoyed this one. I think we finally got to see more of, like, her paralegal Nikki and the dude from The Office, just hanging out and like just being people. And you know what, that was actually really funny. It's this show, more than anything, I think, has produced side characters that I want to see more of. You know, like, they're just, I don't know, just like them talking about getting the shoes, and them like kind of dancing when they finally got that guy to make an appointment for She-Hulk to design the clothes. You know, I don't know, it all really worked. The comedy worked. You know, I think it's because I know people in real life that act similar to, like, these kinds of people, you know? So it's all kind of working for me that, like, yeah, okay, I know these personality types in real life. It's pretty funny. And yeah, just we're definitely going to get Daredevil next episode. And we're going to have her in her She-Hulk actual superhero costume. And yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good time. And now the other thing I want to say is that we finally got Titania back in an episode, and you know, for a while now I've been saying how it's kind of weird that if you go on Twitter and you look at the marketing of the show, they've kind of been acting as if Titania is this main character, this like main villain of the show, when this is actually the first time we've seen her since episode 1. So I mean, it's good we have her back, and I hope that she sticks around, and because, you know, the show doesn't have much in the way of, like, an overarching plot, you know what I mean? It's very episodic, it's very standalone type things, and that's working for the show, but, you know, we do still have the mystery of, like, who was trying to take her blood, who were the wrecking crew working for, right? They mentioned a boss, and they were trying to, like, get her Hulk blood, so, like, something is happening, and maybe it's going to end up being at the very end of the show, and it seems like Titania's involved somehow, right? Because we're all pretty sure that one of the guys that she dated, who was in this episode again, was actually one of the Wrecking Crew guys. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. But yeah, just another pretty funny episode. You know, not much happened in this one. You know, it was kind of just like the reintroduction of Titania, and she's gonna get her super suit. Next episode's definitely gonna be Daredevil centric, but maybe we'll finally get like more of the bigger plot will actually kind of move forward. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.